All right, y'all. Welcome to the Team Butterfly Effect All Hands call. It's a training call this week, so I hope you're ready for some knowledge. It is the 23rd of February 2018, and for those of you guys signing on live, thank you so much for being here. And for those of you guys who watch the recording, thank you so much. I know that all of our time is valuable, so you taking the time to plug in and engage with the team and learn just stokes my soul, especially because we all know that I am not any of your guys' boss. We're all business partners here. And so it's important for us to show up and be our own boss. So I appreciate you all for being here. So we do have a training call. I do have a PowerPoint provided for us. So not provided, that I created. So let's get going. Hold on just one second. Mom life here. Khalif. 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 I'm on a phone call and I'm about to start a presentation. But come here. Khalif, come here. You want to say hi to my people and put your head on and say hi. Say hi. But I need for you to go do dishes for me. Go unload the dishwasher, okay? And I'll be with you when I get done. Got him trained early. So, all right. Let's pull this up. Slideshow from the beginning. All right. Karen, I can see your face. Can you see my page? Give me a little nod if you can see this. Okay, good. All right. So today we're going to be talking about 3/4 of the vital behaviors. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about inviting, the 5-step invite process, and we all know that inviting is actually one of the vital behaviors. It's attract, connect, and invite, and that's like the main part of your power hour, right? So today we're just going to talk about the other 3/4 because this is not a part of when you sit down to work. This is not a part of that. So this is stuff you have to do on your own time, because I'm going to be honest with you, whether you're a working coach or a discount coach or a customer, I encourage you to do these 4 out of the vital behaviors regardless, because if you do these things, you're going to be rocking it. So be proof that product works is one of them. So what do you do if you prove the product works? Well, you work out for one. And guys, as far as if you follow a workout calendar or not, there's a couple different philosophies based on this. If you're really wanting to make this business work for you, the best thing to do is to follow a program calendar from start to finish. So print out your program calendar and follow it off. Why is it best for a business if you follow a calendar from start to finish? Well, because this business is about duplicity. Yeah, am I saying the word right? Duplicity. So, it's like giving someone a roadmap. When someone says, Josh, what did you do to get these results? Or Karen, what did you do to get these results? You say, well, I did the 21-day fix. I followed the meal plan and I used Shakeology. Bam, that's what I did. Or I did 80-day obsession. I followed the meal plan, used the time nutrition, used the product, use the performance line, use Shakeology. Bam, that's exactly what I did. So it's a roadmap, right? So if people were wanting your physical results, if you're bouncing all around all over different programs, it's hard for you to outline to someone exactly what you did. If they say, I want your results, what did you do? Well, someday I just kind of opened up Beachbody on Demand and did whatever I felt like doing that day. Well, that's not a very good roadmap for people to follow. So if you want to make this business work for you, then you definitely, it makes sense to follow a program calendar. That said, if you follow me on social, I'm not following a program calendar right now per se, because I'm in a flex period. But I'm going to be back on P90X3 in a little bit. I'm going to be back on a program in a little bit, because for me personally, it's not about the duplicity for me in that regard, because why? I was already fit when I became a coach. So if someone says to me, what did you do to get fit? Well, it wasn't Beachbody, so I'm not going to be authentic if I said it. So when people say, what do you do to maintain your results? What do you do to maintain your weight? Because I was already fit. Well, I drink Shakeology and I use our portion control container system because it's a really great system for me to just maintain my nutrition. I practice yoga 5 days a week and I move my body at least 3 to 4 on top of that. That's what I do right now. However, let's be real. Sometimes it's nice to not have to think about what you're going to do. There are so many decisions that you have to make every day. If you can take one off your plate, it's just a less level of stress that you're facing in your day. So be proof the product works. You're going to work out. You're also going to use our nutritional products. So based on you and based on your body, it's going to be a different product line. Now, some people are going to say, well, Aubrey, I've been thinking about coaching, but I don't want to necessarily do the nutritional products. I just want to work out. Well, that's fine. And that's great. And that's your own journey, but your business probably isn't going to be very successful if you're only focused on the workout programs. The reason why, let's just face it, it's a business and every business needs income. And when you buy Beachbody on demand, it's only 1 month. I mean, it's 1 year, one purchase. And so you have that customer every year they'll get the renewal, but that is a commission of like $30 once a year. That's not enough to sustain a business, right? So in order to sustain a business, you need to have your customers on some of our products that are based on continuity, because that's where you get your residual income. However, we at Team Butterfly Effect are all about authenticity. And so I don't want you trying to sell stuff that you don't believe in yourself, because that's just not cool. And people are going to see right through it and you're going to know that you're being sold. However, at the beginning, it was all about Shakeology, right? We were trying to get everybody on Shakeology, which Shakeology is an awesome tool and I suggest everybody try it, but it's not for everybody. So say, for example, people who have some allergies, there's so many ingredients in Shakeology. Some people may have a food allergy based on those, but you know what, that's the reason why Daily Sunshine was invented. Daily Sunshine was invented because there's fewer ingredients. The quality is just as high, but there's fewer ingredients, so those people who have food allergies aren't going to have as many issues with that. It's also it crosses off all of the frees, right? Soy free, dairy free, gluten free. It's organic, it's vegan, all of that. So we have Daily Sunshine, and we also have the performance line. So for people who already eat crazy clean, who have a hard time justifying Shakeology for what it is, but maybe they're already drinking a pre-workout drink, maybe they're already drinking a post-workout drink, and they're just wanting to up the quality of the products they're using, and B, also start a business. And let's face it, the performance line has been endorsed by Ironman, so it's top of the line shit. So therefore, it's great stuff. So I encourage you to either be on Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, or the performance line. And then based on what you're using, you can always use some of the other product line, but that's kind of like the bottom line. So again, it goes back to when people say, what did you do to get these results? Well, I did this workout and I used this supplementation system and this nutrition line. So it all goes to back having a mode of authenticity and a roadmap for people to follow. But also it goes back to you having something from our catalog besides the workout that you're doing that you can speak on with authenticity. And I'll tell you right now, the thing that I found in my business, the more products I'm using from our catalog, the more money I'm making. And that sounds counterintuitive. You think if I am spending more money on products, I'm not going to be making as much money because what I'm spending is going to offset my net income. However, as I use more of our products, I'm able to have more of a testimony about more of our products. And so therefore I sell more of our products because I believe in more of our products. So that's how it works. It's all about authenticity. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if this is noisy. You're hearing my son doing dishes and pots and pans and clinging all around in the kitchen next to me. Okay. Also, are you following a specific meal plan? Guys, there's lots of people who have very successful Beachbody businesses who just drink Shakeology and just do our workouts, who don't necessarily follow the meal plan. They might not have, it all depends on what your individual goals are. If you do it, I suggest you do, because you're going to feel good if you're eating clean. Um, you're going to be able to help more people if you know some of the meal plans, if you're familiar with our container system. So, again, it all comes down to authenticity and being able to be the type of coach you would want to have, which is someone who's knowledgeable about our systems. So, why are you wanting to do this? Well, as we already said, your own wellness journey must be your top priority. Okay. The easiest thing as your business starts getting full is for you to start saying, well, I don't have my to-do list is so thick, I don't have time for my workout today. No, 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 no. I would rather you not invite today and work out than invite and not work out, because you being proof the product works is a walking billboard for your business. So that your wellness journey needs to be your top priority, because you need to learn to coach yourself. You're not going to be able to coach others very well if you're not able to coach yourself. Although stepping up to be a coach does up your accountability for your own wellness journey. However, you can't expect your people to push play if you're not pushing play yourself. So, also, why? Well, to establish credibility and practice authenticity. So, when I became a coach, I was able to hit Diamond and Emerald all really fast because I had been a fitness professional for 6 years. I was teaching turbo kickboxing in the gym, which Turbo Jam is one of our products. So I had a level of credibility that from the get-go of my business that the rest of you just don't have, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Most people who enter in as a coach are coming in for their own wellness journey. They're not coming in because they were already a health and fitness professional. So you have to establish credibility. Right now, you don't have any credibility for when people say, help me lose weight. Well, and you still have 50 to 100 pounds to lose, or 20 pounds to lose, or maybe you have no muscle tone or whatever. Well, people need to know that you're walking the path. Okay. You're not expected to be a fitness expert, but you're expected to share with people what you've learned. So you have to establish credibility, which means coaching yourself first. All right, commit to personal development. I got to take a drink of my shake before I keep going. All right, commit to personal development. You got to acquire tools to help yourself along your own journey. Like, I just kind of sent a tough love message to someone the other day, to someone just literally before we signed on for this call. Someone who's really been struggling with alcohol, to keep her calories low, and she's been self-medicating with a lot of alcohol. She said, I just wish it were easier to avoid it. And the Jim, if you know any Jim Rohn quotes, this is one of his most favorite ones. It's, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And that's what I told her. And it's the truth. It's like, you have to put in time and energy into making yourself better. It's never going to get easier. You have to get better. So what do you do to acquire the tools? You pick up a book, you read, you listen to the audio. So if you struggle with willpower, then you've probably heard me say it before. My favorite book about willpower is The Willpower Instinct by Dr. Kelly McGonigal. It gives you tools to help with your journey for willpower. Or if you are struggling with anxiety, the book The Power of Now changed my life. It helped me let go of some anxiety. So you got to acquire tools to help yourself. Acquire tools to help your people. So I honestly read The Willpower Instinct for y'all. I didn't read it for me, because granted, I'm not going to deny, I use a lot of the tips and the tools and the tricks that I acquired in that book for my own journey now. But I did not read that book because I felt like I was struggling with willpower, because again, what you've seen of my results have been, I'm about to start a program, so I let myself oink out for a weekend so I have a good before picture. I mean, that's literally kind of how I roll sometimes. And so I read that book to see if it was good shit to help you guys, to know if there were good tools in there to help my people. And that's something that we have to do as a coach, is we need to know if someone says to you, I'm really struggling with this, then you need to have a list in your back pocket, not really, but in your mind, that says, okay, well, for this issue, this is a great book for this because I've been down that journey, or I've been down that road, and this is what helped me. Or I have people who have this problem. I need to figure out what's going to help them. Become the coach you want to have. So if you want to have a coach who knows a lot about nutrition, then maybe you should take some time learning about nutrition yourself. If you want a coach that is really great with motivation or with organization or with whatever fills in that X box for you, then you need to become that yourself. Because when we grow into the person we want to become, we attract more people like that, right? So we're all wanting people on a journey with us. And seek information that will help you grow. Always seek information that will help you grow. Because I think it was also Jim Rohn who said, you're either green and growing or you're dead and dying. You're one or the other. You can't be in the middle. You're green and growing or you're dead and dying. There's a reason why school goes past the second grade. There's more that we need to know. And if you think that you're done growing when you finish your college career, well, then you might be stuck for a while. Okay? So life is about evolution. Play a part of it. Play a part. And when you change your mind, you change your life. Holy cow. Holy cow. It's amazing what just one new little thought can do to change your life. One that was profound for me, I read a marriage book early in my marriage that told me that every thought of mine doesn't have to be expressed. What? Every thought I have doesn't have to be expressed? That was life-changing for me. For real. I used to think that if something was going through my head, that it was my reality and I needed to communicate it. I didn't realize that just having a thought doesn't make it real. Communicating it makes it more real. And if I don't want to have that situation in my life, don't freaking talk about it. That was life-changing for me. So when you change your mind, you change your life. And the more you read, the more you listen to audio that's going to make you better, the more you're going to have opportunities for insight that will either plant a seed that will blossom and grow into something new in your life, or we can literally have like moment shifts where all of a sudden we hear something in a way that we've never heard it before, and it just connects all of the dots. And then all of a sudden, we're not struggling in this area anymore because all of a sudden a flip was switched in our brain. It can happen. So that's why we commit to personal development. Recognition. Dude, you just want to become a light in the world. Like, there is so much going on right now in the world. People are so busy. And I have to say that lack of worthiness is an epidemic in our culture right now. I'm going to say that again. Feeling unworthy is an epidemic in our culture right now. And I truly believe as we step up to be conscious lights in people's lives, there's going to be more people that recognize their worthiness. And as more people recognize their worthiness, how do you put this? Hurt people, right? When you're not feeling good about yourself, it's easier to lash out at other people. And we're looking to be the change we want to see in the world, which, what we put into our minds and our mouths and how we move our bodies is a big part of it. But when we feel good I mean, they say you'll never remember what someone said, but you'll never forget the way they made you feel. So if you can help someone feel like they are worthy of goodness, worthy of health, then you just help make a difference in that person's life, and B, they're going to be more likely to do business with you. Whether it's, be a part of your challenge group or lock arms with you as being a business partner, because they dig what you're putting out there and they feel good when they're around you. And also, guys, you want to recognize behaviors you want repeated. I'll never forget when I was right out of college. I was in this limbo stage where I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, because my degree, I couldn't find a job in my degree. And I worked at a preschool because I went through this short phase where I thought I was going to be a teacher. And I'll never forget the manager of the school talking to me about positive reinforcements. That with kids, like scolding and coming down and saying no and that kind of behavior modification is not very successful. But what is successful is when, say, if you see some kids doing behavior you don't like, but you see other kids doing behavior you really like, instead of coming down on the kids who are being naughty, instead, you publicly praise the kids who are doing well. So instead of saying, Nija, stop doing that right now, I would say, Khalif, I really like the way you're listening. I really like the way you're following directions. I really like the way you're doing this. I'm so proud of you. Good job. And guess what? Then generally, because we all, how our egos work, we all want attention. That's just the way the human ego works. We want attention. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative most of the time, especially with kids. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. So the more you can recognize people for doing something good, the more they will repeat it. Why do you think every day I comment? I do my best. It doesn't always happen, but I do my best to comment on all y'all's posts in the tracker. I'm always commenting, good job, way to go, so on, because I'm recognizing you for doing the work that I want you to repeat, which is working out, drinking your shakes, being proof the product works, right? But on a daily basis, it's literally a part of my to-do list that I check off my to-do list every day that says recognize someone. And that recognizing someone, maybe it happened in the accountability group, maybe it happened on my Facebook page, maybe it happened in the wellness tribe, maybe it happened in our maybe it happened in the Team Butterfly Effect page, maybe I text someone privately. Okay, maybe I say something face to face with someone, right? The face to face, the personal text generally, well, depends on your person, generally means more. However, why for the public? Why do we do it also do it publicly? Well, because if we're growing a business, we want people to be like, that Aubrey girl, she's a person who's a light in the world. She's always recognizing people for doing things that are good. Gosh, I wish I had somebody like that in my life. So it's, when we do it publicly, it's kind of like our way of publicly promoting what we do in our business without having to say, hey, if you come be a part of my tribe, you'll get some positive reinforcement from me. So you recognize behaviors you want repeated. Oh, and so here we go. Recognize everyone publicly and privately. It doesn't matter how you recognize people. And you know what? If you're not an actively working coach where you have your own tribe of people, guess what? It doesn't have to be your own people. It doesn't have to be people on this Beachbody journey with you. So all of y'all who are on here right now, none of you have customers yet, but you know what you could do? on a daily basis. You can show up to be the biggest cheerleader in the accountability group and let people know that you see them. If you're a part of it, if I remember early in my journey, if you ever are in your back office, if you ever look, y'all can see what other people are doing in their business, the volume that they have. You can see so like I remember shouting out people who were my peers because I saw they were killing it in their business before I was killing it in my business. Because if I congratulate them and notice the abundance they're experiencing, guess what? It's more likely that I'll get those vibes returned back to me eventually too, right? So what you put out comes back. So it doesn't have to be just about attracting people into your business. It can just be that you're wanting to be a good team member and recognizing other people for doing awesome. I can't speak for Chrissy because she's a part of Team Distilled, so I don't know how their groups run. But I know Karen and Josh have both been showing up to be other people's cheerleaders, and that is fantastic. That's a great place to start. So, but just having that cognizant thought of who can I send a word of encouragement to today? Um, there we go. So that's it. Those are 3/4 of the vital behaviors, except for inviting. Before we end for today, I'm going to take everybody off mute. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Well, I want to know real quick, Karen, we were talking about personal development. Can you say out of any personal development that you've ever done, what has been the most meaningful to you?
Oh, geez. I don't even know how to answer that question.
If you were to recommend something to someone, what would you recommend?
Oh, the 4 Agreements.
Yeah.
You recommended that one to me. Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have you read it?
What? Once. Just once.
How long ago?
Well, I started it about a year ago, but I didn't actually pick it up and finish reading it until about 3 months ago.
It's pretty profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started it a couple days ago.
Nice.
It's amazing.
So, Josh, out of any books that you've read besides the 4 Agreements, is there anything that's been very impactful for you?
There is a leadership book. I think I'm going to have it here. I'm at work. The Fred Factor is a leadership and kind of business book by Mark Sandberg. It's a really, really good book.
I'm going to write that down, The Fred Factor. That's one I've never read.
So it's basically talks about leadership and how to turn the ordinary into extraordinary. And it's a book that was actually suggested to me by AirServe, the company I work for. We had a corporate convention last year for our annual reunion. And one of the main leaders for AirServe is an ex-Marine, and she is just this powerhouse of positivity and leadership. She's run, multiple businesses herself. And this is a book that she recommended to me, and it's really good.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Chrissy, What about you? Can you share with us a book that you've read that you've really, it's impactful?
Sorry,
it's okay.
Kind of chaotic here right now. I would say Relentless. I've read it like 2 or 3 times already, and I just love it.
It's a good one.
I'm sure they know we're making it.
Relentless is a good book.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, okay, you're cutting out on us. Oh, thank you, dear. No worries. Basically, for those of you who are curious, Relentless is about a book about just being relentless and perseverance and so on and keep going. It's a really great book. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, if any of you guys actually want to do this as a business, one of probably the most profound books that I've read early in my coaching career was one that was called Go for No. And if you don't have that much experience with sales, it's a really great book to read because it's all about the preconceived connotations that we put on people, or like and it was a really great eye opener for me to realize that what I assumed, what I would buy, I was putting it on other people as well. And that's just not the case. It's not the case. So Go for No is a really, really great book about sales. Another good one, if you're struggling with confidence, is You Are a Badass. That's a really great book to help with confidence. So The Willpower Instinct, if you need help with willpower. Gosh. And actually a book that I'm about to start reading, it's called The Soul of Money. I'll report back and let you know how that one goes. But anyhow, guys, thank you so much for being present. Next week will be a community support call. So that will be for all of our team. It will be for our challengers. It will just be for everybody within the community and the tribe who wants support. The week after that, I'll be doing a team training call on recruiting. So if you want to start building a business, you definitely want to check into that. Otherwise, guys, happy weekend. Make sure you take some time, do some meal prep, get some clean eating, get all of that done, because we all know that the more you spend time planning, the easier the week is going to be. But first and foremost, please do at least one thing this weekend that refills your cup and makes your heart happy. Plug into the people that you love, plug into the things that you love, because if you don't, what the hell are we doing this for? Okay? So have a great one. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.